welcome. This is the Vermilion
Welcome,
Vitez
guys.
Show.
Welcome.
This is the Vermilion Vitez Show, starring Vinny Paschoalini, Ray
And
Marquez. We are here today to take you on this beautiful, wonderful journey. Walk
a
you
journey.
through this world that's in front of you that you have not even realized. It's right in front of you and you don't see it. So, Benny, what you been up to today? Everything good with you, man? Is everything good with you?
Everything is fantastic, Ray. We are just growing so much that time is a limited resources, and we're trying to put our efforts on every single thing that we do to make it look just right for our viewers. This is something that we are kind of working on right now, right? We're trying to find some volunteers to join uh, our YouTube channel. If you guys have any editing skills, or if you guys know, uh, you know, website optimizations, you name it. You guys
A
should
marketing
contact us
expert.
immediately. A marketing expert. We need it immediately. Okay? And who
Someone,
knows? You might also be a share, owner of our business as well, depending on what you bring to the table. It's all negotiated, right? So depending on
everything's
your skill,
negotiable.
you could be a part of Vermilion Vitez.
One day we may take this public and you own shares of Vermilion Vitez. How does that sound? We got some big plays. This isn't about today. What are you playing for? Are you playing the game for today, or are you setting your stones every day and making a difference?
1% of a company, it's better than 0% of none. Remember what you said that time, Ray?
Jeff Bezos only owns 1% of Apple, apparently. Jeff Bezos only owns percentages of Apple, not the 100%, not the full pie, not the
No.
entire enchilada,
No.
not the entire sub.
Tiny bit percentage.
Just
And
the crumb in that.
you
And
could
that
be an owner
crumb
too.
is
You could be
billions.
an owner of
And
1%
you
or
could be
even
owning.
more.
You could. Then it's just so many different things that we have to be responsible for here at Vermilion Vitez. We have a team already. We have people who are willing to guide you through what you need to know when it comes to these services that we need help with, which is marketing, posting, research. There's so much on
Script
our
writing,
plates. Script writing. There's so much on our plates that
that's an. Go ahead.
there's so much that on our plates that it takes a team to accomplish where you want to. Do you think you get to a corporation by just owning it by yourself?
No.
No. Do you think Apple stands by itself by one individual? No. No. It does not. It does not.
People don't see how
But
hard this little thing works. Besides just being a device, what's the business? What's the business behind the like the corporation?
are you guys ready or not? Are you guys ready or not? I
Ready or
don't know.
not, here we come with a big disclaimer, Ray, because this is for entertaining purposes only. We are not lawyers, okay? We should not be taken as legal, financial, or legal advice. Again, please consult your attorney or CPAs. We are simply here to contribute to you and to educate you and your education and for your future. That's what we're here for. That is what Vermilion Vitez stands on, the foundation of building wealth through trust, legacies, and developing your mindset to a better future for you and your kids, guys. That's what we're about. And we got stories. We got stories after stories of clients of ours that we helped achieve their dreams or their struggles, right? Some people are in limbo. However, we could manage to overcome that and, jump to the other side of the fence, kind of like the other story that we were talking, right? That is what this is all about. Now, Ray, you asked me how was my day. How was your day? Because you had a heck of a day today. You've been doing a lot of great stuff for us.
Well, look, here at Vermilion Vitez, my responsibilities are different from everybody else's. I have to make sure that these pages get pushed out, right? So all I've been doing is engaging with wonderful human beings and getting to know them and have conversations on where they're at in their lives. I met a fireman. I met a teacher.
Ooh,
I met a stay-at-home mom. Those are all heavy responsibilities. And you matter. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you for having the conversation with me. All the, all those that are listening know who they are. Thank you.
thank you guys.
From the bottom of my heart, I cannot do this without you. Literally, I cannot do this without consumers. Any business that is standing, we cannot do this without you. We are dependent on people wanting to know the information. So it's such a blessing to know that people come to me for questions, right? People want to know more about what we are doing here. They're like, what is Vermilion Vitez? I've never heard of Vermilion Vitez. Some people are like, oh wow, I heard from you from some friends. I've heard from you from some friends. I heard
Interesting.
I heard John told me that you gave him some good advice. Stephanie said that you can provide us with some answers. And if we cannot provide you with some answers, give us some time. We'll find somebody who can.
We are good
We
at
have
research.
we have abundance of resources. We have abundance of people who are like-minded like us that have put into the time. There's a multitude. A lot of people aren't aware of it because that's not what they're looking for. We cared for looking for the information, so it's right in front of us. I could give you a couple of names. There's a guy named Guy.
Oh yeah, there's a guy named Guy. We don't discuss names, and he either does them. That is our main mentor. I mean, that was one of our main mentors.
It doesn't
Guy.
matter if I told you his name is Guy. That's all we know, really. But honestly, he has his name like that on purpose, right? We know of L. Not gonna
Yeah,
give the
L.
whole name, but we know L.
Like, ooh, my name is Vitez now, Ray. Oh,
Remember Divine?
oh, sorry, Vermilion. You're Vermilion, not Vitez.
Clip
We should go back to
it. Anyways,
clip it.
clip it. So yes,
Now,
we have different things going on. Go ahead, Vinny.
no, I was gonna say we have a lot of different things going on, like Ray was mentioned, and like we always bring you today to a beautiful podcast of that spiritual-based principle infused with financial principles and business. I got a true story to share with you tonight, Ray. I don't know if you ever heard of Arnold Palmer, the famous American golfer.
No, I have not heard of Arnold
Yep.
Palmer, but please
So
enlighten me.
Arnold, famous golf player, right? He was invited by the king of Saudi Arabia to go to a nice dinner, right? And he went. I mean, he was inviting the top golfers there. Okay? Stick with me. You guys are going to stick to the end so you guys could figure out what is this principle that I'm talking about, right? We're going to start slow and think big always, right? So, Arnold Palmer, famous golf player, went to dine with the king of Saudi Arabia. Not only him, but a lot of other famous golf players at the time because they were hosting an event there. Okay, true story. You can look it up. So, from what Arnold was saying, right, he was at the dinner and there's all these fancy people there and he was having a blast, right? He was having a blast. And he didn't expect to the king of Saudi Arabia to come to him at all. He just thought he was just there as a random guest. He didn't thought that the king was going to acknowledge him, right? He didn't know. So the king came to him and said, "What can I do for you?" And he's like, "What? Like, you're asking me? Like, He didn't even have an answer because he would not even think that the king would ask him a question. Like, out of all the people, the king's gonna ask me a question? Like, what can I do for you? Like, what if somebody asks, what can I do for you? What is going to be your answer? Right? It's like God coming to you, what can I do for you? And what are you going to say? Right? Don't make your goals small, make your goals big, right? He didn't know what to say, so he's like, I just got to say something. I mean, he's asking me, he's the king. I don't want to look foolish in front of the king. So he just says, all I need is a club. All I need is a club.
All he needs is a
Now,
club.
definition of words, right? Anything with finance, there's definitions, right? Banking, there's definition. A person, there's definition. There's so many different definitions in finance and law that you need to know. However, a club for golf players could mean two things. Either a club, right? Or an entire golf club where you play golf at. He didn't specify what it was. However, Palmer went so excited back to the city of New York, and he was there just waiting. And, you know, he's like, oh, I'm going to get a gift from the king of Saudi Arabia. And he kept checking his mail, and he never got it, right? And he's like, silly me. The king's not going to have time for me. Like, who do I think I am? But he felt humble, right? He felt humble. He's like, who do I think I am? But I had a great time. Hang in there, Ray. Hang in there, Ray. So, couple of weeks later, 2 weeks later passed by, 3 weeks later, a month passed by. He went to the mail and he found a nice, beautiful envelope with a seal on it. He's like, he got super excited. He's like, ooh, an envelope. Open it up, confidential, big writing across. And he's like, who could it be, right? He already knew it was the king, right? And on that confidential notice, guess what was in it, Ray? Guess what was in it? It was
Tell us, Vinny.
So it was a 400, acre golf club. Not a club, but an entire club, right? Where he could play golf in. Now, the principle to that, the king is the king, right? Who is the King of Kings? Jesus. Who is our God in heaven? King overall. God. Right? So if an earthly king is able to interpret your desire, meaning you asked for a golf club and he gave you an entire country club for you to play golf in, what do you think your heavenly Father will give you? So the message here is, when you ask for God something, make sure your goal is big and sharp. Your ideas are strong. And it follows a big, beautiful process into helping others, right? Because just imagine, a king interpreted one word wrong because he's already known to be for his luxurious items and his all-knowing capabilities. And now you're going in there and closing your eyes and asking for maybe whatever you're going on through the day. No, think big, and your heavenly Father will provide, right? That's what we ought to be doing. The principle is that when you start thinking small, your ideas will continue to be small. You're going to be stagnated on a particular spot in your life. If you're a business owner struggling right now, not growing, maybe you made a lot of money and now this is your 3 to 4 years into the business and you're like, what am I doing right now to grow? It looks like I'm standing still. This is your time to optimize, expand your business. Branding, social media is out there, AI, right? You need to have set of goals. What would you do if you knew you could not fail? Right? What would you
do? What actions would you take? Right? That is a good question. If I had the answers right now, right? Say I am the man that's 80 years old, already living in the mansion, right? Let's just say I am already that man. What actions would I take, already knowing the result? It's a trick question. But you act as if you are that man and that you do know it, and you act with that confidence like it's already going to happen for you. Go ahead, Vinny.
Oh no, you're going on, brother. I want your feedback on this and what you got to share with us as well, because the principle is this: you have to think big. We're out here inviting you guys to join our community as well, so you guys can have a share of Vermilion Vitez. If you have a big mindset to grow this and expand in whatever means necessary, that's what we want from you, the viewers, right? Go to the website, leave us an email. How can we become a partner? What do you want to do? Okay? Come on. Wouldn't it be nice to join a big community and do something good for all other people? Let's do that. Let's bring God
And here at
hallelujah, in this
Vermilion
house.
Vitez, we might be working towards getting someone like Yusuf on the podcast and interviewing him. We may be getting Paul Michael. We might we might be getting all these. We might get Derek Whitehead, right?
We never
These are
know.
all names that are out there. This might be the first time you're hearing them, but they've been out there for years. Some of them within at least 2 years. They will make a difference in your life just as much as they made a difference in our lives. But you got to be willing to put in the work. You got to be willing to take action. And that leads me into an interesting story, right? Were you finished, Vinny?
Yes, I was. I was just responding to the comments here. You could go right ahead, my friend. I'm interested to see what you got to say.
Jesus, Yahshua, for those who understand, right? There is no J.
Yeshua.
It's Yeshua. Yeshua. I said Yahshua. Yeshua, right?
That's right as well,
yeah. Yeshua told a story about a father and his 2 sons. The younger son demanded his inheritance early. Very entitled, right? There's a lot of us out here that have experienced someone that's like, I want my inheritance now, right? He didn't want to wait. He took it all. He took it all.
What did he take?
He took the inheritance. And then he went off to a far country and blew it. Think about how many people are not prepared to receive the blessing that God wants to give us. His blessing was right there in front of him. Right there in front of him. And what was the first thing he did?
What?
What was the first thing he did? He went to parties, pleasures, and bad investments. Within a short time, everything his father had worked was gone. Ended up broke, hungry, and feeding pigs just to survive. He ended up broke, hungry, and feeding pigs just to survive. Think about that. Have you ever been put in a situation like that? Here in the 21st century, you might have not had to deal with something like that. You see what I'm trying to throw out here? Right?
I see you. I see you.
Now here's the part most people miss. The father worked his whole life to build this wealth, man. He built it. But because there was no structure, no protection, it just slipped right through his son's fingers. What took a lifetime to build was destroyed in a moment of recklessness. It took years to build that Roman Empire.
Oh, yes.
But how long did it take to get destroyed?
You're on to something.
Isn't that what happens today? Parents spend decades building businesses, paying off homes, buying insurances, and they think my kids will handle it well. But without structure, without guidance, without protection, that inheritance can disappear overnight. Creditors, probate courts, and even poor decisions can wipe it away. But here's the wisdom. Here's the wisdom. A trust is like a guardrail. The prodigal son never had. It protects the assets. It gives instructions, and it ensures that the legacy isn't wasted, even if the heirs aren't ready. It ensures the legacy isn't wasted, even if the heirs aren't ready. The father in the parable had compassion, but he didn't have structure. A trust gives your family both compassion and protection. So look, an inheritance without protection can be destroyed. That's what I want you guys to get out of this. A trust ensures your legacy isn't wasted by creditors, courts, or even unprepared heirs. A will hands over assets. A trust preserves them. The wise store up wealth, but fools gulp it down. Proverbs 21:20. A trust makes sure your wealth is stored wisely, not gulped down and lost.
That is good, Ray. That is good. A lot of people don't know that. You see how he managed to see the principle in the Bible and place it within business fundamentals that you guys need to know and understand, right? If he had a trust, he could write particular things in the trust, particular agreements and instructions to say, hey, maybe I want my kid to only get $1,000 a month until he turns into 22, 23.
Even more aggressive.
2,000. Yes.
I won't give you the inheritance until you graduate college and an 8-year degree. I will not give you this inheritance until you learn these steps. I'd rather give it to your cousin. True. I'd rather give it to my best friend's kids. Who's willing to put in the work? I'm going to test my children, but I'm going to be there for them as well. I'm going to be there for them as well. You have to be planting the seed and growing it and watering it. Make sure it gets sun. And what does that mean? It doesn't mean that you just hand off your kid to somebody else and hope for the best. No, that means you're in their ear from the moment they are born. And you say things like, you're going to be within greatness and you are going to learn these things. You can't go eat until you understand what probate means 3 years old. If you set the standard early, what does that turn into?
3 years old.
What is it? What is probate? Orange.
I know me and Ray are going to do that to our kids. Like, if you want a piece of what we got, you guys better start learning and becoming the man you got to be to earn your inheritance. I mean, they're going to live a good life for sure, but we're going to leave instructions written down for them in our trust so they could benefit, in steps, like walking in the ladder. Ray just dropped a bombshell for you guys. I hope you guys got those bits of knowledge. If not, go to YouTube, rewind the video, go back, watch it again. I could hear you typing there, Ray.
I wasn't even typing. I wasn't even typing. All I'll tell you this is, what are you doing? What are you doing If you're one that doesn't have assets, quote unquote, right? Oh, what can a trust do for me? What can a trust do for me? It's because you're defaulted to thinking that you need to put everything under your name. Once you have the structure, now you're ready. That's what I want you guys to understand. Anyone can have it, just like anyone can have a personal account. It's not complicated. It's just one benefits you in commerce. Realize that one benefits you in commerce. If I put a house under my name, I could collateralize it, yes, but is it protected?
Is
And
it?
the collateral, and while it's being collateralized, it's getting collateralized under my 1040. Meaning, at some point, whatever I do or take capital gains tax, I have to pay on. You get the least deductions off a 1040. On the 1041, what if you have a job? Now, your employers might not want me to tell you this.
You
So
should. Tell them. Tell them or I will. You tell them or I will, Ray.
it's as simple as making a donation. Let's just say that. It's as simple as saying that every hard work that I do is being donated to the trust. And what does that do for your trust? What does it do?
It's like a pot of gold, right? Just feeding in that trust, becoming wealthier and wealthier
You
until.
could put
Go ahead.
you could put your cars into the trust. You could put houses into the trust. You think it just protects you through probate? No, it also protects you through divorces. It protects you through creditors. It protects you from everyone else knowing your assets. It's private. It's not recorded. Let's think about it. You get an LLC, it's recorded. You have to get it through the Secretary of State, and it's recorded through the Secretary of State. You get a trust, a private, let's say 20-page documents saying the roles of the trustees, the grantors, and the beneficiaries, right? And then you put it in storage and create an EIN number over it. And you go open up a bank account. What happens when you open the bank account? With that EIN, it has its own identification. So the XYZ trust goes open an account with it. You're the one that controls it and you open it. You say that all the boards of trustees allowed you to open this account. And now what happens? The bank opens the account for you. And now you have an account open. It's very simple. But does anyone know who's owning the trust? No. So if somebody came to your bank and was like, does Vinny own this? They're going to be like, own what? Because they're not obligated to tell them. Now, let's learn about jurisdictions. If we're going through jurisdictions, right? If you have something placed in Switzerland, let's say, things are different. But this is just from our experience. This is just like what we've seen work. Like, let's just say an example, Jordan Belford. Where did he have his assets? Where did he have his assets?
All hidden.
All hidden.
Offshore trusts. Offshore trusts.
Offshore trusts.
Yeah. No, I they have all those. We could say that because I seen a company the other day posting so many things about offshore trusts. That's what they offer. I mean, we know how.
That's not something. No. We don't know anything. We just, if you want to come talk to us about it, come talk to us about it. Is the information out there? Yes, the information's out there for the person that is looking.
One thing I will touch base is Ray was explaining about donations, a W-2 worker. It's out there. It's out there. Everywhere you Google it, you could donate it up to. You could donate up to 60% of your W-2 to your family trust. That is why it's important for you to have a trust, an organization where you could donate and save that money for the expenses that the trust has in its name. That's why you don't want liability in your name, right? You want to have a bank account like Ray was mentioning. You want a separate entity, and you are just going to be just a manager, a trustee, along with other board members, guys. This stuff is like business 101, like corporate 101, LLC 101. Everything has those principles, right? We go in there. If you open an LLC, make sure you know how to operate it in every single aspect of what's going to give you. What tax breaks is it going to give you, right? Now with that whole form that you got to fill out and keep your name, a lot of people wanted to keep their name private on the LLC, and now they can't because they got to put their name every year there. We could get out of that as long as you have a trust. Your name could be private. Educational purposes only. Oh,
But
that was
look,
a good night, Ray.
but look,
Very good,
guys,
except.
we have hit our limit on what is everything we were going to speak on tonight. Thank you for joining us on YouTube. We will still be here on TikTok. God bless you. God bless everyone. I hope everyone's families are doing well. I wish you nothing but health and prosperity. And we couldn't do this without you, the supporters. We couldn't do this without you. Really, thank you for getting us here
Thank you.
and telling
Thank you,
us that
guys.
this information matters to you.
Yes.
With
Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Email us. Let us know if you want to join our podcast. Okay? Contact us at vermilionvitez.com. And any information, just go to our blog. And we have a members only page. And also, Ray, remember, our Discord will be coming out within the next week. Anish is already doing its final touches. And we are going to put the link here, and we want you guys to join, ask questions, share your knowledge, okay? And you'll be more available to discuss any topic you want with us.